Hey, happy Monday to each and every one of y'all guys. I'm so happy to be talking to y'all again, and I'm cute. So, yeah. But anyway, we're going to talk about continuing the anatomy of the family. We're going to be talking about a lot of things. We're doing a lot of building blocks right now. And so I hope y'all are ready to talk. Some of it going to be controversial. Some of y'all going to have some things to say about it. Let's talk about it in the comments. All right. All right. So you know what I need you to do? Like, subscribe, follow, and share. On whatever platform you're on. If you're on TikTok specifically, remember it is the arrow share, the little thing like that means to save, and then hit the message box and hit the heart and then follow. Okay, don't forget to follow. Make sure you follow. I need you to follow me because I want to make sure that by my birthday, which is May 11th on Mother's Day, that I am getting some higher numbers. All right, so help me do it. All right, guys, so we are talking about the anatomy of the family. And I'm excited because of the simple fact I want us to do very well with gathering information. Screw all the other stuff. Yes, in between the sheets, everybody like it. Yeah. Okay, but baby, let me tell you something. I need to like you outside of the bed. Okay. Bedroom is great, but it becomes horrible after a while because we don't get along when we come out of there. And so we've got to get back to restructuring just the foundation. And that is the informational stage of the dating for data. Okay. So the first set of questions that you want to ask on the first conversation on the phone. Do you want to be married? Have you ever been married? Do you want kids? Do you have kids? Do you want more kids? Those are simple things because, listen, those are things that you want to have happen and you want to understand, where their mind at as far as relationship. You also need to ask, how do you feel, do you believe in monogamy? You need to ask those questions because he might want you and Jane. Now we got the women that's hustling the brothers. It's Jack and James. Okay. And so you need to ask those questions. How do you feel about monogamy in a relationship? Do you like poly? I need to understand that. Because if you don't ask that now and they show up to dinner with another woman, then you sitting there scrapping. Okay, you didn't ask the right question. You didn't ask. So you need to know that from the get-go. After you ask those simple questions, now that says, all right, you get a little bit more time. Okay. You get more of my time. Don't get to the place where you're just falling in love and, oh, he's so attractive and the heat, baby, look past the heat. Look past the heat. Okay. If you need to put some ice on your hand or something to cool you off, do something, but get your questions out. That is conversation one. That's layer one. All right. So you're just doing the basis. Do you want to be married? Have you been married? Do you have kids? Do you want kids? Those are your foundation, your first level of questions. Now it's time to go to the second. All right. Your second layer of questions is going to come in with more of an eternal thing. Now you want to know things about them eternally. You want to know, what do you believe? Are you Christian? Are you Muslim? Are you Buddhist? What are you? What are your moral beliefs? What do you feel is right and wrong? Do you feel it's okay to steal and to kill? And, those are the things that you want to start asking in that second level, because now I need to see if we are able to come in together with our morality. Okay. Do you feel it's okay for certain things? You really need to ask those questions, because if you don't, there's many people that get married and they never ask those questions. No, they did not ask those questions. And then they're like, well, I didn't know he believed that because you didn't ask. You thought he was cute and you was caught up in he opened your car door. Nightmare. But you would have figured that out. All right. So let's, use that time to be asking questions about what you believe. What do you believe is morally right and wrong? How do you feel in this day and age? What is your governmental affiliation? Because as we saw, this election alone and the one before caused many divorces. Okay. So you need to ask those questions, because their party also tells you about what they believe. So it's going to be important that it's unfortunate, but there's a lot of things there that's going to cause problems if you don't understand what those answers are. Okay. And I'm not telling you that you better marry this kind of man. No, that's up to you. It's all about what you believe. But make sure you ask those questions so that it doesn't break you up later. Lastly, the third layer of data we want to start getting into is your family. Because when you're dating somebody or you're married to somebody, you are married to their family. And if their family is a mess, you got a mess on your hands. So you want to start asking questions like how's your relationship with your mother, and how is your relationship with your siblings, and because remember, y'all married them too. You may not want to, but you did. Okay. So you're making sure that you know all of those things before you get into that. Those are the questions that will help you make a very good decision. Now, that doesn't mean that you're compatible, but what it does mean is that there are some things that where we are compatible. Compatibility is important. Now, that does not mean that you guys are the same person. It just means as far as what we believe is the same. Because I'm telling you, I have been in relationships where I was just like, Chanel, if you had asked the right questions in the beginning, you'd have known this before we got this far. And now we sit over here looking stupid because we asked the right questions. And so I don't want y'all to be looking at yourself like I used to look at like Chanel, just dumb. Just dumb. You ain't see that? No, I saw cute. And I saw them body and them their biceps peeking out that shirt and had me starstruck. All right. So make sure that you're asking the right questions. Don't get caught up on the anatomy. Don't even get caught up on their money, because honey, they can be just as crazy as that. Here's the next thing that I want to say. And then give it time. Give it time to grow. Learn that person, because then you start learning things like what makes them laugh, and you'll see what doesn't. You'll see what actually bothers them. Those are things that are really important. I remember a long time ago, I was dealing with a couple, and I asked a simple question: what is your favorite? What are you guys' favorite colors? They could not tell me, and they had been together for years, and we're trying to get married. That goes in the data phase. That's the information. Okay. Those are simple things. If you are finna get married and you don't know what their favorite color is or what they like to eat, baby, abort mission. That is not where you need to be at. All right. So make sure that you're getting the right information. Take the time. Keep yourself calm. I have to tell myself that all the time. Chanel, keep your feet on the ground. Feet on the ground. I know he's saying the right things. Feet on the ground. They say boots on. Where them fans at? Okay, right now I need you to keep your feet on the ground. Okay, don't get tipped over. Fell in love. Don't you fall in love and you don't know what you got? You better examine that thing. Make sure that you guys are able, and you're starting to develop communication. All of these things are dealing with bringing communication into a potential relationship. If you cannot communicate, abort mission and keep it going. All right. So remember, dating is for data, is for information. Make sure that you're gathering the right information, keeping your feet on the ground. And I'm not just talking about, not going to the bedroom. I'm talking about don't fall for somebody that's not trying to catch you. I just said a mouthful. Y'all have a wonderful Monday. Bye.